The impact is quite great, and this is why we have persisted to continue doing this, because we have seen that by doing this kind of business, we are able to reach somewhere. We are able to move towards self-sustainability, so that we don't depend entirely on the 15% does not sustain us here. The operation budget is about 12,000 kwacha per month, but what comes in is less than 4. So how we exist, how we survive is by the grace of God. And so ngawachula sana kwa kufanya means ya kuchita survive. And this is one of the means of survival that we have found. Together with the projects that we are going to see at Magwero, so that the people that will come in the future will be able to work well without being put to so much pressure. Welcome to the Eastern Presbytery farm. This is our piece of land where we do the farming from. The piece of land is 8 hectares, and out of the 8 hectares, we have done 4 hectares of soya beans. We also have other crops that we shall show you later when we go to the center of the farm itself. These 8 hectares of soya beans will be able to sustain us in terms of running of the presbytery. As you may be aware, the contributions that come from congregation is only 15%. And 15% does not make us to run this presbytery efficiently. And so we needed to find means and ways in which we can sustain ourselves so as to continue to exist and to run this important church. And this is the activity that we are seeing here, the soya beans activity. We also have other activities that are happening elsewhere there. So this piece of land is well marked, it is well demarcated, and we only hope that in future we'll be able to extend beyond the 4 hectares that we have, so that we could also do other things that we need to do. You may also wish to know that within this farm that we have also put up the irrigation system. We want the agricultural activities to continue throughout the year, so that we continue to have the constant flow of income that will sustain this presbytery. Right there at the middle of the farm, where there is a farmhouse, we have put up a water storage, and we have the water pump. We draw water from the wells, and that water is pumped, and when it is pumped, it is now water to the crops, especially in the dry season. In that way, we have continued to have a constant supply of vegetables and other crops that we can easily sell and get money from. So for us, the Presbytery farm is actually becoming our backbone, and we are so proud that we are moving in this direction. Suffice to say that recently we had thieves that came here and stole our pipes, thereby making us now to begin to wonder how we are going to move in this dry season that we have begun. But we pray that God will help us so that we replace those that were stolen and be able to continue with the production. So farming for us is a very, very important activity, and we pray that people out there, especially those that are hearing or listening from us, may also come on board and help us in one way or the other. Otherwise, we intend to do a lot. Even as we have the beekeeping there, we also want to revamp the fish ponds that are there, so that we can also have fish farming, so that we can increase on the income generation that can come from this farm. It is a viable project, and it is actually a good one, and it has really proven to be a good one, and we are happy and hoping that this harvest is going to be great. As you can see, the crop has done very, very well, and we pray that when we harvest, we'll be able to have a number of kgs that we can sell and be able to apply it back into the same farming, and also to attend to other issues that are needed in the presbytery. So basically, this is what we do at the farm. So we'll be able to show you other activities like the beekeeping, we'll be able to show you the irrigation system, and we'll be able to show you also where we grow our sugar canes from. So follow us as we continue to tour this farm. The soya beans that you have seen on the other side, the 4 hectares of soya beans from there to there, we also engage ourselves in vegetables and onions. Usually we wait for the rain season to be over, like now. As you can see, this place is cleared up. But because we cannot use the hand pump there to get water and then water the gardens, We bought the water pump, and then we have wells that side, because it's water the other side, as I said, it markets the stream. We pump water from there into this reservoir. And when we pump water into this reservoir, we connect here and there, and then we have those feeder pipes that are used for education. The unfortunate part was that thieves came, and as you can see, they were just cutting, they uprooted here. Yes, then they uprooted 30 meters from here to there. I wanted to take it up to where the source is, but we reported to police and we decided to say, okay, let's secure whatever has remained. So we hope that when the finances are available, what was stolen will be replaced. And we begin to pump in the water and then begin the project of vegetables. Actually, we want the vegetable business to be running throughout the year. So what we intend to do is, if funds are available, we have already the borehole here. We need to put up the stand and put the upright tank. And if again funds are available, we have the solar pump. Then we can generate our own solar power to pump and fill up the tank, and then do most of it, even in the dry season, it will look green. That is our intention. But before we could do that, we needed to start from somewhere. You know, the Chinese always say that he who removed the mountain began by removing one stone. And this is exactly what we have started in a small way, but we are improving. We used to do the garden around this place using the water the hand pump, but it was so strenuous on our workers, and so the putting up of this one is much better. As you can see, it is strategically positioned. When it is full, it is inclined this side, and when we open the taps here, the water simply flows through the deep irrigation, and things begin to grow just like that. So this is what happened. The drawback is that valid to even pipes. Basa nukula obushiku basenda and bayibira omuntu wachula kale. For us to raise that money to buy, it becomes a challenge, and they really want to demotivate us, but we are not going to be demotivated by that. We know God will provide through people that are kind, and then we'll be able to do that.
You are listening, eh?
This is what is happening. So apa mwiminine pala befyale kana pa nichope mwaisa pa time ya kutatiro tule konza. But otherwise, if you are to come during that time when there are a lot of vegetables around, you would even feel better. Then down there where I will take you, as you can see, there are sugar canes there. And in between each row of sugar canes, there are slots. This is a portion where we have sugar canes. We also have gone into the business of sugar canes because it's more like a lucrative business here. So we have these slots, and in between the slots of these sugar canes, there are these open pieces of land that are left. We always put vegetables here. We always put onions here. And the reason being that water is quite near. You can easily get them from the wells that side and bring them and water them in. So when the time comes for harvesting of these sugar canes, people come here. And in most cases, this is what brings bakabwalala. But at the end of the day, we realize something. A little is better than nothing. So even as we are looking at these sugar canes, let us just wait for him so that you taste. So that when you go back, you'll be able to know that if you are Eastern Presbytery Farm. It's actually another big stretch from there. It goes way up to there, but we are not going to pass through here because there are bees here which are very aggressive. We don't want our mothers to get affected. So this is what we are doing here. And very soon we'll begin our harvest and we'll realize something at the end of the day. So this is a portion for the sugarcane. We also have the portion for cassava. As you can see, there is cassava everywhere, katapani cassava, na tuteyonse, eko yaba kuno. And then beyond these, there are fish ponds that we need to resuscitate and then go into the fish farming so that we can realize a larger income at the end of the day. Then beyond the fish ponds, we have put up cashew nuts. We bought them from the West End. We want to see how they can perform here, so that at the end of the day, we bring Kwahaye here and integrate it into the Ngoni culture, so that we see what happens. Basically, what is...
We will come for inspection.
Yes, you are most welcome.
How are they doing, the trees?
The trees are doing fine. The trees are doing fine.
The sugar cane, how long does it take?
How many months?
Almost, some depending on the
It
variety.
depends on the variety.
3 months.
Not 3 months.
But this coming rain season, we want to utilize the lower part because there is always water there. We want to try rice to see how it will fare. Yes. At my congregation there is always water. I tried rice and it did very well. And so even here, it can do well. As long as there is water, rice does very well. So this is what we are doing. So it's a place where we have a lot of activity happening, and we hope that God will sustain us so that we continue.